Hello there, how is everybody? Welcome to my Facebook Live. I would give everybody a couple minutes to jump on, but then when people do that, it drives me crazy because it's like, come on, chop chop, get to the point. So I want to talk to you about how the universe communicates with us, because it communicates differently to every person. And it's up to that person to understand the signs of the universe. For instance, for me, because I've spent so many years studying spirit guides and spirit animals and, talking to the universe and learning how to talk to the universe and helping the universe communicate with me in a way that I recognize. Because whenever I ask the universe for a message, I always say, send me the sign that I will recognize. Because if I'm asking a question and I drive down the road and I see a goat, and I'm out in farm country, it's going to mean absolutely nothing to me. But if I drive down the road in Phoenix, Arizona and see a goat, I'm going to think, there's a sign there. So it always sends you sign. And a great example is my now famous Apple Watch. I had my Apple Watch for about 3 or 4 years, and I dropped it on the corner. I know I should have a screen protector, hindsight. And I thought, well, okay, it's cracked, but I can roll with that. It's not a big deal. Then about 4 or 5 days later, it completely, totally, just on its own, shatters. That's what the inside of an Apple Watch looks like. Isn't that fascinating? Oh, there's more glass coming off. How there's really just nothing to it, and you're paying $500 for that. So I'm like, are you kidding me, universe? What is the message? And all of a sudden, I'm just, and of course, what's the message in my Apple Watch? And send me in a sign I'll recognize. And this message came fast. It was, be still. I'm like, be still. And I realized with an Apple Watch, I was constantly, because I can get my texts here, I can get my emails on this, I can, get my workouts on this. I spent more time looking at my Apple Watch. I'd get a text message, be like, I gotta answer it. I get an email, I gotta answer it. And I did not realize the toll it was taking. Because I never had, hey Diane, how you doing? I never had a chance to just break. So it broke, I don't know, about 3 weeks ago. And I was gonna go out and buy one the next weekend. And I kind of, hem-hawed around. And I finally decided it just doesn't suit my lifestyle. Because I spend so many hours at work in my paying job. And I spend so many hours at work in my non-paying job and my side hustle that the little free time I have, I'm looking at my phone, getting messages, and I know during the COVID-19, especially if you're in healthcare like I am, my phone rings until 8:30 every night, the weekends, there's no boundaries, but I had to come up with some. So I went back to my Fitbit, and the Fitbit fits me. The Fitbit fits my personality. I don't get texts on it. I didn't set it up like that. I just want to know my workouts. That's all I want to know. Everything else can wait. And since I have switched off the Apple Watch, I find a calmness. I find when I get up in the morning, my nose isn't buried in my phone. I don't feel the need to check all my emails first thing in the morning. I can get up, I can meditate. I can plan my day. I can get my steps. And I can just kind of relax. Because I think when we have all these bingings and bongings and chimes and ringing, I think we get overstimulated. And during this such crazy times, and my podcast gets posted tomorrow, Possibilities Cafe. Please subscribe. And I'll put something here later, but I know when to post. But I talk about the uncertain times and how it's really throwing everybody off their game. So if you feel a skitter, or a skew, or whatever it is, if you feel off balance, you really need to sit quietly and ask the universe why. If you do something that you don't understand, ask the universe why. I mean, if you followed my Facebook post over the weekend, when I was 22, I was in a really bad motorcycle accident. And I know I was in a motorcycle accident. And I knew I was in a coma, but that's kind of the only takeaway I took from that. I knew that, the rehab was, there was no rehab. But the kind of clearing the mental fog took about a year and a half, and I thought all was well. Over the weekend, the universe, you know, because I was asking the universe why it always seems like I forget stuff. And the universe is like sending me the message that, you know, think about your accident. You had a traumatic brain injury. And I had never thought about that. And I probably never would have if I wouldn't have been still. When you get still, the universe can talk to you. And you can call the universe God. You can call the universe anything you want. So when you're still, you can have a conversation. You can understand what's going on around you. You can get answers to your questions. But we never get still. And I think sometimes we're afraid of I don't know if we're afraid of what the question is, or if we're afraid of what the answer is going to be. And as somebody that's as intuitive as I am, and we're all intuitive, I just have really worked on recognizing my intuitive, but everybody has the same gifts. Like I always say, if you see a gift in somebody else, it's within you. If you see something in somebody else you don't like, it's within you. But, you know, if you don't hear the signs, then you're missing it. And the universe will keep knocking and knocking. And I really am convinced that's the story of my Apple Watch, because I think the universe has been telling me for a couple months, you know, Karen, tap the brakes. Since, you know, COVID hit, you've been going 1,000,000 miles an hour, and you're trying to balance two things. And I was ignoring all the signs. And even when Rosie died, my little, you know, Rosie Posey, when Roadster died, you know, I was upset, I cried, but then I was like, I don't have time. I have so much else being thrown at me that, you know, I had an evening, and then, you know, it's back to work the next day. And I realized it's a dog, but I love dogs. You know, there's probably times I like dogs better than humans, but I probably shouldn't say that. But so I was missing these signs. So finally it's like, okay, because the way my watch broke, I put my hand in my purse and it came unbuttoned and fell onto the cement garage floor. I couldn't have duplicated that breaking in 1,000,000 years. If I did it 100 times, I'd never be able to do it again. It's a message, and that's what the universe does. It keeps tapping and tapping and tapping. And then all of a sudden something catastrophic happens, and you're like, good grief, why didn't you tell me, God? Well, you weren't paying attention. You know, another example, lately I've been seeing a lot of white doves. Now, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, not really the mecca for white doves, especially with no sports going on, you know, when everybody releases white doves. But I don't even know if they do that anymore. Do they still release white doves? Do you think they do? Nope, they don't. Okay, Mariah says no. So, no white doves. But I've seen 3 in random spots. And so I know there's a message there. So you gotta get out my little spiritual animal, my spirit guides, and then ask the universe, hey universe, what are you trying to tell me? What message are you sending me? And that's how you can always talk to the universe. The universe, God, is always there. We just sometimes get too busy and forget to ask. Or we think if we go to church and pray, that's good, that's it, you know, check that off. I mean, I used to go to church every Saturday night with my mom. We went to a little Polish church because the mass was never longer than a half hour. I still laugh because I think my mom missed the point of the whole religious thing. It was more of a half hour, check it off the list. And I've never been a church person because I don't feel that that's where God is. I feel like God is within all of us. You know, and anytime you want to talk, you just kind of sit and listen. I always tell people, you know, when I get sad because of Rosie passing, it's only been a couple weeks, and I tell my daughter, then just ask Rosie to send you a sign telling you she's okay. You know, tell her, send a sign you recognize. And, you know, a couple days ago, I was asking her, hey, Roadster, I hope all's going well with you. And I walked outside in the garage, and randomly there was a piece of dog food, which we never kept dog food in the garage. So that's how things happen, how things communicate with you. But if you're not that locked in yet to learning, you always ask a sign I'll recognize. Or, you know, I always talk about, you know, asking for a red balloon. You know, should I do such and such, and please send me a red balloon if I should, in a time that I'll recognize within this time limit that I'll know is all good. I remember the time talking about signs and missing them. I asked the universe for something, and I said, send me a white dove. Now, this is before I started seeing them, just like 2 years ago. Within 3 or 4 days, and got to day 5 and I didn't get it, and I said, okay, you know, I shouldn't, you know, do what I was going to do. And I pull up the shampoo that's sitting in my bathroom, and it was a dove, white dove. Now, to me, because I found it after the case, I realized, okay, Nope, still shouldn't do it. But sometimes you ask questions and you send me a red balloon and you won't see it, but you'll talk to somebody an hour later and they'll be like, how'd you not see the 500 red balloons in the sky? You weren't meant to see it. So I hope this helped you guys. It's all in listening to the universe, communicating with the universe, understanding how it's talking to you, especially right now. Especially, like I said, in my podcast gets posted tomorrow, Possibilities Cafe, it really talks about how everybody is off their game. The world is off their game. I mean, I view myself as one of the most resilient people ever. When a book came out called Who Moved My Cheese, I thought it was the most ridiculous, preposterous book ever. Because who cared if you moved my cheese? I'll find it. If it's a martini, I'll for sure find it. But a lot of people, they like order. And I think as humans, we need this sense of order, and we don't have that right now. So everybody's kind of off their game and searching. You can't make plans for vacation because who knows if we're vacation. I mean, in Arizona, our numbers just shot up to 1,100 overnight. So you can't make plans for vacation. You can't make conference plans. You can't figure out what to do in your business. You don't know if you can hire. You don't know how the business is going to go. There's just so much uncertainty. So learn how to rest. Learn how to stay present, learn how to communicate with the universe, and know that in the end, all will be well. Maybe not the well we want, maybe not the future we want to see, but it's going to be the future that's necessary. And I really think that this is just a time that as a human race we need. We really need to hit the pause button because we were all going too fast. And not paying attention, not looking around. So I hope this has helped you guys. If you have any questions, write your comments below. If you're on YouTube, write them on YouTube. Please check out my podcast, Possibilities Cafe. It's on iTunes and I believe Spotify. To check that out, and I'll be posting again tomorrow. And if you have any topics you want me to talk about, let me know. And if you're interested in coaching with me, I'm going to put up a coaching, one-on-one coaching in the next day or so. You know, I've been asked to get back into coaching. I've been coaching a lot of people on the side, and they're like, well, how's anybody find you if you don't advertise? So I got a message from the universe, or actually today, saying people are waiting for you. So here we go. Let me know if you have any questions, anything. Talk to you guys later. Have a great June. Stay safe. Wash your hands. The mask thing, that's up to you whether you do the mask things. But stay safe and wash your hands, and socially distance is a good thing. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.